Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Be sure to hit that join button so you can get our weekly live chats. And don't forget to go to turbojohnracing.com to pick you up some merch, get you some t-shirts. We are fresh out of getting our teeth kicked in at Dig or Die. So I got some upgrades. Man, we had a ball. We got down there Friday. We were trying to get some data collection and it was slick. And it was very slick. So I took some power out of it. And it's one of those things, I've never been on that type of surface. So I took power out and luckily got through first round. I don't know how I made it through first round. Luckily Donald, for us, he spun worse than we did. So it's just one of those things. So we got through first round, took more power out of it for second round, and it still spun. Landrum Gentry, he ran over me with that Pretty Nova. And he outrun me by about a car length or so. And man, these things were so slow. I have never in my life, I'm going to share with y'all my time slips. Everybody on social media knows that everybody was slow, and it's not typical of what people run. My first pass was a 770, and my second pass was a 730. And so I picked up and got faster, but I just wasn't fast enough. And then, of course, we made our third pass, our shakedown, when I was an idiot and I forgot to turn the CO2 on. And it went my personal best on that surface. It went a 710. And so it was funny. We rolled back around there for that next pass before it started raining. And I was hoping it was going to go 6 seconds. It's been a long time since I've been hoping for a 6 second time slip. 690s, I think that one would have went. Maybe 670s to 690s, which is still, that was not even close to what the fast guys were running. You know, these cars typically run a lot faster than that, but on that type of surface, it just wasn't happening. So we're out here today. We're going to work on mine. This weekend coming up, Thursday night, we got the 252 list race. It looks like it's actually not going to rain. It's going to be super hot tomorrow, but at least it's going to be dry. So I think we're in spot number 8. So we're going to try to go forward. We're going to keep the Mickey Thompsons on it, of course. We're going to try to put our tune-up in it that we had at Shady Side the other week. So we'll see if it works. I don't know if it's going to work or not. But and then Saturday, we got a race at Roxborough. It's a no-prep race, cash day style. It's from the tree, though. So, I mean, the starting line will be halfway decent. If they scrape it down to the concrete, it might be worse. But we're going to take the Hoosiers with us again. I'm going to mount them on my other wheels. And then that way I've got them. I've got the Hoosiers and the Mickey Thompsons. The Pro Bracket radios, I probably just won't ever put those back on my car, so I'm going to take those off. But let me show you what my plan is, what I've got in the works for these no-prep races. I don't know that I'm going to need it this weekend or Thursday night, but it could potentially help me. Let me show you what I'm going to do real fast. Okay, so looking at this thing, you can see the biggest thing, what I noticed that most of those cars that were going was the front travel. This is the normal ride height here. You can see this gap here. And then I've got these travel limiters. Boy, look how sticky the rocks are stuck all to the tires. Let me show you the travel limiters. So the travel limiters I use on this thing are just these chains. And you see it's got plenty of travel. It's got quite a decent amount. And it just comes up and then it snaps the chain. And that's at the top of where my shock tops out. Let me show you though. One of the things I need to make better, there's a few inches, there's about 3 inches of travel that arm is out of the actual body of the strut. And this thing, being a Mustang strut, there's no adjustment on it. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna go down and I'm going to measure the distance of that arm out of the strut arm out of the body. And I'm going to run this all the way down. Build a spacer to go on the top of the strut, in between the strut cap up there and the actual caster camber plate. This should allow me to get another 3 to 4 inches of travel. And that's my goal. And so I've got an idea on how I'm going to do it. It should work out pretty good. I'll show you what I'm going to do there. And basically, it'll keep the ride height where it's at. It'll give the full travel of that strut, because right now it does not have full travel at all. It's only got about 3.5 inches, I think it was. So I want about 6 inches of travel. I want it to be a lot. The other thing I'm gonna work on is coming over here and my parachute mount. One of the things I want to do is make it so that I can add weight back here at the back. Woo. Woo, doggy. Sidetrack distraction. Ryan cranked up the race car and I had to come over here. You taking it to the track soon?
It's too hot.
It is warm. I'm sweating like crazy. That thing comes up nice on the trans brake. I forgot that it ran.
Runs good.
It does. And that's on methanol. They're racing tomorrow night at Galot, Thursday night. I'm going to Kinston. 252 race. That thing sounds awesome. Seems to be running pretty clean. All right, guys, got sidetracked. It's hard not to get sidetracked when there's a running race car beside you. But so the other thing I want to do is this thing is removable. And so I think I'm going to make a weight bar here. And so when I take this out every time anyway. So what I'll do is I will take and basically just copy this size, and I may bend it or I may just weld it straight up and just have it out here and have it come from here and then hold about 100 pounds, as I think would be a good number. 100 pounds off the very, very trunk. And I was talking to a couple people and they said, clearly, I mean, it makes sense. The higher that weight is, the more leverage you have. And it's like a lever. So, I mean, the fulcrum point is the back tire. So right now I've got 150 pounds. It's right here. So it's dead in the middle of that trunk. So it's really close. So, they were telling me they done some pretty good testing. And if you extend it off the back of the bumper, then it makes it so that you don't have to have as much weight. It makes sense. It's a lever. It doesn't take as much to do it. So I'm thinking 75 or 100 pounds out here. There's a couple people, that I have seen do that in the past. This guy also said that he's, also mounted weight bars like on the actual trunk lid, the wing, and that's clearly higher, and it probably would work better. But I think what I'm gonna do is just put it down there so I can easily take it on and off. I'll just build me another one of these and have it so that it comes out and then the weight is out at the back. And the goal is to get the back end to squat, plant the tire, and keep the nose up. The real fast cars, the nose, they've got 6 or 8 inches of travel in the front, it looks like. So that's what we're going to go for. That's what we're going to work at. So let's see what we can do, see if we can make it happen. Okay, guys, we're almost done with my spacers here. I've got these things, I've got the holes drilled in them. These are 3 inches long, and this is a grade 8 bolt, 3/4 fine thread that I cut the head off of. And that is simply going to slide into here. Somehow. Like that. I'm going to slide it there. And then I'm going to rosebud it here. Rosebud it on the other side. And then fully weld it on the side here. I could probably TIG weld this over at Brian's. But it's just going to be easier for me to just MIG weld it here. And then this is the nut that is going to go onto the strut. This is a metric thread M16-2. So that's going to get welded right here like so. And so basically this will be on one side. So the strut will be from here down. So like I was saying earlier, what I'll do is I got another one of these nuts, and we'll assemble. I'm gonna screw the spanner all the way down to the very, very bottom where the spindle is. And then that's gonna go the strut down pretty far. The spring is gonna go down pretty far. I'm gonna pull the shaft out of the body. And then I'll take this other nut and it will go down and it will compress on top of the cap that holds the actual strut under the caster camber plate. And so it'll be kind of new and modern. And so then once that gets down and tightened, then I'll have a couple inches of the thread coming out, and then I will simply screw this down on there, tighten it up with a wrench, and then this 3/4 inch is going to actually go through the caster camber plate. And then I got 3 inches of extra travel. So it should work out good. It should be fine. And, you know, it's definitely important, since this is going to be pulling, you know, the rosebud bud weld is very, very important. So that's what you want to do. I may just TIG weld this up. I may wait and TIG it at the shop instead of MIG welding it. My MIG welder is not very good. So I think I will do that. I think I'll wait and TIG weld it. But there you go. So that's going to be my, how I'm going to get extra travel out of the front struts. I'm going to just put that shaft down in the body of the strut. That should work. We'll see if it works or not. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All right, guys, y'all comment, like, and subscribe. When I get these welded up and thrown on the car, I will show you that. Later.